Welcome to Bodies, Blunts, and Books. I'm Em, and this is Tay, and we're two longtime friends who love thriller novels, questionable characters, stoner tangents, and a twist we didn't see coming. And today we're starting a new series.
We will be talking about book 1 of the Grant County series, Blindsighted by Karin Slaughter. We'll give a quick recap and then get into the nail-biting details. So grab your bud, a snacky, and something to sip on because it's time to light up.
Hey Tay, how you been?
Hey, Em. Good. Things have been weird, but they're getting to be normal. How about you? What's been up with Em?
I don't have anything exciting going on. I'm in that saving money and curating my spaces and figuring out sustainable, healthy changes like lifestyle.
Ugh,
And it's great, I know,
it's good for
but
you.
it's just so fucking boring and
Dude,
yeah.
heard that. It's not fun to not go shopping and not make impulsive decisions.
Not eat out.
Yeah, what the hell?
I
It's
know,
not
I hate
fair.
it. But I did spend a bunch of time this weekend clearing out my garden beds and tilling up some of the grass and putting down edging and more soil so
Yeah,
I can have flower beds this year.
that's exciting. I am excited to see how that's gonna look like throughout the season. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I've never done flowers before. I usually just vegetable garden.
Yeah, and now it's both. That's so cool.
Yep, I feel like a boring old lady, but
I
that's what I
know, it's
got.
kind of hard. The stuff I was thinking about, I don't know. I don't know. It sounds bad just going through the motions lately, but I'm trying to find things to distract myself. I've been deep into The Sims, which is actually not good for me because I go a little crazy in The Sims and I'm like, oh, the next 4 days straight are going to be Sims. It's not good.
It's a disassociation a little bit.
Yeah, I told my manager at work I have 2,100 hours put into The Sims, and she said, I
Fuck
was
off.
is that, I don't know, is that a lot or no? I've been playing for a long time, to be fair. But yeah, do people think Sim stories are funny? Because my Sim, she got to the top of the Grim Reaper career, and she brought a bong to work because she doesn't give a fuck anymore. She's the boss.
Uh-huh.
And the Grim is still the boss. She shared her bong with the Grim Reaper, though. And they were vibing, and he said he liked painting. So she happened to have a really cool painting in her inventory. She gave it to him, and he did not like it. He was upset with the gift. So that was the drama there.
What the hell?
I don't know if people find that funny or interesting. I laugh
No,
at
I
my
like
own
the Sims
Sims a lot.
stories. No, they're funny. I like them.
I've actually been thinking about making a spreadsheet to kind of map out this Sims life. I'm trying to stay with one family for as long as possible, their offspring.
As a data girly, I love that.
I know. I have a Sim right now. It's kind of messy. I had this elder Sim. She found a young hot baddie, an Insta baddie, and they were together for a long time. But Insta baddie did hook up with Grim Reaper, a different Grim Reaper. Long story. So she does have a child with the Grim Reaper, but her elderly wife doesn't care. That was fine by her. And then elderly wife actually does have her own daughter who is the same age as her young wife. That's kind of
Ooh.
messy, but Sims timelines are weird, so forgive everyone involved.
I'm still hung up on the multiple Grim Reapers. Do they do it
Yeah,
like the post office? Is it by area codes?
that's kind of my vibe with it. The original Grim Reaper was an NPC. He was reaping a chicken. I don't know, I think her chicken died of old age. He was reaping its soul. And of course I'm well, I have the horny mods. I'm gonna fuck that Grim Reaper.
Okay.
And so and then I eventually was okay, well, what if I added him to my house? But he's kind of boring to play. I don't know. He's an NPC that you cheat into your house. He's whatever. So I moved him out. But then that unassigns him as the Grim Reaper, so next time something dies, it's a different Grim Reaper.
Huh.
Yeah, so there's multiples. Her boss Grim Reaper is also different. Just because, I don't know, NPCs, the way they work. Sims is just weird, but one of them is a baby daddy.
I
Is
want to
the
play The
point.
Sims, but I don't have time to invest. But I do like hearing your Sims stories.
Dude, it's fun. He's also the Grim Reaper's son. He is also half wizard or whatever. The only spell he knows is Zip Zap, and it's lightning shocking people. So he did go to a house this weekend for a prom party, and he just zapped everyone. It doesn't kill them, which is what makes it funny. Like, no one's dying. It's just a big old zap, and they're like, ugh. And they're a little
Well,
mad.
I definitely used to intentionally kill Sims back in my day, so
Yeah, I
oh
don't
well.
often do that. I will say the elderly wife I was playing, she was getting boring. Like, she was literally perfect. She had maxed out so many skills. She hardly ever needed to eat or drink. I was like, okay, you're kind of just like existing. So I made her go lay outside in the hot sun for like 10 hours and she died from heat. She like burned up.
You got creative with it. I
Well,
would just make the pool and then they get in and then you delete the ladder.
In Sims 3 and Sims 4, they can get out without a ladder, so you have to do
Ugh.
the extra step now and build, like, a fence around the edge of the pool
Oh,
or, like, a
okay.
wall, so they will still drown because they can't get out. It's just more torturous and a little more obvious.
Okay. I was just
I
an
know.
original Sims girly, but I had a lot of expansion packs.
Yeah. Oh, I have so many, and then I also downloaded the mods. The Sims sucks now. They, like, sold to some company that's, like, in Saudi Arabia or something. I think Ben Shapiro's involved as well. It's kind of wild. So I'm not gonna buy any more new content. Yeah, that's mostly what I've been doing, Sims. I've been painting my nails a lot. That's fun.
You sent
Um,
a picture to a group chat we were in or I'm sorry, a video, and your nails looked great. I meant to say that.
Thank you. This was an accident, actually. I mixed two colors that did not look like they'd come out this way, but they're pretty fun. I like them. It's fun
Okay.
to, it's just fun to experiment on nails. That's a fun thing I've been doing, especially because I can't afford a manicure in this economy.
I was just gonna say we've both talked about how we can't afford to get our nails done anymore. So
No, but it's kind of nice to do it yourself and just like obviously they're not salon quality. Like these
uh-huh.
ones look pretty good, but if you actually look at them, they're not salon quality. But I put the oil on them and like let it soak and I don't have hangnails for once in my life. It's nice.
The ritual of it is kind of nice too.
I
Just like
love ritual. That's another thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
the like meditative, I don't know,
Yeah.
fixing each nail, making the cuticle look nice and then painting it and all that.
It's all, yeah, making it all like uniform and smooth. It's nice. I had a question for you as well. Do you stretch your cats or have you seen videos of like people stretching their cats out?
Yes, I have also similar to this, I think, heard of the wiggle test where you hold your cat up in the air and let them stretch out and then wiggle them back and forth and just to see how like docile they'll respond. And yes,
I
I do
haven't
both
seen
of
that.
these. I have two cats and
One's long.
the one's long and sometimes I can stretch her out. She doesn't like me to pick her up all the time. So
Yeah.
if I get the chance, yes, I love to stretch her out. And then my other cat, she doesn't like being picked up, but she'll let me pick her up pretty much any time. So I try not to abuse her trust,
Yeah.
but I
So
also do
true.
stretch her out sometimes too.
It's so fun. Clark, I didn't think he liked it the few times I tried, but then today he like was sitting in my lap and was starting to kind of like slide backwards. So I tried it again and he actually liked it. He like stretched
Your
back.
cat is crazy. He
I know.
is like a little demon kitty,
I know. I
but in
love
a
him.
sweet way.
I know. He loves today he was just I think he comes into my office and rubs on my feet and wants attention like immediately and sometimes I don't feel him. Like he'll just sit by my feet instead. And that's when I'm ignoring him because I can't feel him. And then he'll attack my legs. And
Oh,
I say,
he
ouch.
doesn't understand that you have other priorities.
I know. And I wish he was the priority. So I get it, bro. But he's so sweet. He's naughty and sweet. It's fun. Yeah, I love stretching out cats. I love cats. It's just funny.
All right, so let's talk about our current obsessions or honorable mention books. What do you got?
Okay. I'm reading a book called Ninth House. That's what it's Ninth House by Lee Bardugo. It's good. Let's see. Oh, it's a dark fantasy horror novel. Um
You said that like you were surprised.
I am because I didn't know that's what it was like classed as. It makes sense though. I've been trying to think. Basically it's like Yale has like secret magic societies and they're their house kind of like monitors everything. It's almost like police, but ACAB, so not exactly police. They're just making sure no one's being like corrupt, but of course everyone is. And then there's also a murder, like some non-magic, non-Yale student gets murdered. Love a murder vibe. If you're going to throw a murder in a book, I'm in. Sorry someone had to die, but I'm in.
I feel the same.
Yeah. And there's also a romance, which, sorry if it's done well, a murder and a romance and dark fantasy, but it's not like heavy on it takes place in modern day Yale. So it's
Yeah.
just wild. It's all over the place. I love it. I'm excited to read it, and I'm actually reading it pretty quickly, but it's a lot. It's hard to explain. Would
Well,
recommend though.
you
It's
haven't
fun.
done a great job of telling me what it's about, but it sounds good. I'm
It's like
happy for you.
secret society. It's like
Okay.
magic, but not. It's hard to explain.
Murder mystery, romance. Love
Magic's
it.
involved. It's just a lot.
I'm reading okay, so I just started this book. Well, can you tell I'm high? Uh
No.
So basically, when I need a new book, I like to go to the library app and then I sort by audiobook, available now, and thriller. And then I just scroll down because I do this a lot. And I just pick one at random. So that's how I found this book. And it's called The Grace Year by Kim Lidgett. Have you
Oh,
heard of it?
I have read this one. Oh my God, I'm
Oh,
excited. Okay. Did you finish it, or are you just like, you just
I'm
started,
almost
or?
done. I have
Okay.
just a little bit left. Okay, so I'll give a quick little summary.
Yeah.
It's a YA dystopian thriller, and I know I'm too old for YA, but I don't care. I love
No,
a
it's fine.
dystopian thriller. That's probably my favorite genre. So it takes place in this society where the girls are thought to have magic that could like make men leave their wives or whatever. So they have to go live in the woods for a year when they're 16 to rid themselves of their magic before they can come back and be respectable wives or what have you. But I thought it was kind of like a mixture between The Handmaid's Tale and like Lord of the Flies. But
Yeah.
just very heavy on the patriarchal, oppressive society through like a strong feminist viewpoint.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I mean, it's
I
like
like it.
YA written. Sometimes there's
That's what I
cringy,
was
but
gonna
like,
say. With YA,
it's,
it's like you kind of just have to forgive that.
yeah,
It's
because
gonna be written
it's
like it's
for YA.
YA.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But I liked it ultimately. Like some of it was a little cringe, but it was like a quick read, not fun necessarily. Like, you know what I mean?
It was
Like I
titillating.
was, yes, exactly. I liked that. I'm glad you have read that. And I feel like I've meant to ask you that before because it is dystopian, which you love.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I actually read, did I talk about this on our last episode, When Devils Sing? It's a YA thriller, and it was really good. I loved
I
it.
think you did. I put it in my library wish list or whatever because it
Yeah.
sounded good.
I loved it. I found it exciting and like dark, and for a YA novel, like it was good. I think it's lame to shit on YA novels. Just saying.
I agree. They have their place.
Yeah. And like I don't know if that's all you want to read, that's fine, but we also read like a variety of things, so
Yeah, that's
it's
true.
fine. Everyone's
Um,
allowed.
yeah. But yeah, so I'm really liking. I'm listening to the audiobook. I only have an hour left. So, but I'm kind of confused because it felt like it was the end, but there's still an hour left, so I'm not sure what's going to happen now.
What was like the last thing that happened?
I don't want to spoil anything. It's when they're coming
Oh,
back from the year away.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I like it a lot. So anyone who's listening to this, check it out
Yeah.
if you want. Or don't. I don't care.
I'm not your dad.
Anything else? Any other current obsessions?
Taco Bell.
Always.
That's all. The mini taco salad specifically. It's good.
My Portuguese boyfriend told me that there's a Taco Bell in Portugal now, and he tried it, and he said it was not very good.
Yeah, that's accurate. And yet,
I was like, you weren't raised with it. You don't understand.
yeah, like it's not great. Oh my God, everything always leads back to you, me, MCR. When we saw MCR for the first time, I remember we went back to your house and had Taco Bell for dinner. Like in your basement. It was so late and we had Taco Bell. And it was just great.
Yeah,
everything
that
leads back
sounds
to
great. My mom
loved
loved
it.
to buy my friends Taco Bell. She would get a
She
grande
did.
meal and say, "There, have
Dude,
at it. Smoke weed
that
in my house, I
actually
don't care."
yeah, we did Ouija board in the basement too, so
So, anything else?
no.
To get into my heated rivalry game changers rankings.
Okay.
I'm sad to be done with the gay hockey. Like, I just love it. It's so comforting.
I know. It's hard to find something, like, similar to, because I hate the process of, like, trying and something just doesn't compare.
And I'm not usually a smut reader, so
Yeah.
I just don't know that I will pick up any more smut. But all of the books have nice love stories too. I don't know.
They're so sweet.
They're so sweet. They're so like heartwarming.
Yeah, I love it.
Um, okay. So yeah, back to the rankings. This is for the books, the audiobooks specifically. And yes, I did sit through the narrator for the first 3, even though he was horrible.
Dude, he's so bad. His Kip accent the most is like,
Listening, yeah,
okay.
his Kip accent doing the sex scenes.
I
Oh
can't.
God. Oh God. Oh, sir,
That's why I
stop.
had to give up on the third audiobook. I was like, I'll listen to any of the other ones once he's not narrator, but I just can't. I can't
Yeah.
hear a sex scene with this man. I wonder
Okay.
what he thinks about everyone roasting the shit out of him. Okay.
I wonder too.
Everyone fucking hates that guy. Sorry.
So I'm gonna list these out from least hot to most hot. So we're going 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
With 6 being the least hot.
Okay.
So 6, Tough Guy, which is book 3. I like this book a lot. Don't get me wrong. I liked all of them. So none of them should be taken as they were bad. But it just
Okay.
the sex scenes in Tough Guy were not it for me. Ryan Price is too anxious, and then they describe his
Yeah.
penis as being ugly multiple times. He's always like, "Oh, it's so
No.
ugly and big." Like, "Ooh,
Oh my
what?"
I'm so sorry. That's so funny. I've never
I
read
know, it's
something like
weird.
that.
And then I like Fabian as a character, but yeah, he just doesn't do it for me sexually. And
Okay.
then they have like sweet, loving sex, which is
Oh,
great,
okay.
but
I do like
it's
that.
not what I'm here for.
Okay.
So, okay, so number 5, Common Goal, which was book 4, and it's just similar to the Tough Guy. Eric Bennett and Kyle the bartender just don't really do it for me. I
Okay.
guess this was probably my least favorite book just in terms of story,
It
but
feels
it
like
was kind of boring.
too. Oh yeah, I could see that too. It feels too much like Scott and Kip already a little bit. I mean, I
Right,
haven't
there
read
was a
them. That's
lot of
my
Scott and
outside.
Kip in it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Okay, that makes sense.
but yeah, I mean, I still enjoyed it, but the sex scenes were just meh. I don't know.
Okay.
Didn't love that one, but it was fine. Number 4, Heated Rivalry, which it feels weird to put Heated Rivalry so low on this list, but
Oh
I don't know. Other books just did it for me more. But I do
wow.
absolutely love Shane and Ilya, and I want Ilya to ruin me, obviously.
So true. I watched
Wow.
Heated Rivalry with my spouse this weekend finally, and I got to explain how the concept of Ilya being like evil bisexual, but like so toxic, but at the end, so sweet.
We
We
love
love him.
him.
It was
Ugh.
fun to explain.
I need you to hurry up and finish the books too, because getting his perspective in the later books is so good.
Okay, I have to finish Ninth House, and then that's my last book until I'm
Okay.
just gonna start barreling through the Heated Rivalry.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Okay, so in third place, so third most hot? I don't know.
Third most hot.
Game Changers or book 1. It was hard to choose between Heated Rivalry and Game Changers. They were kind of
Yeah.
equal to me, but I just thought the sex scenes with Scott and Kip were a little bit hotter
They were a lot more graphic.
overall. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
that one was smut.
It was nasty.
Nasty. That's what I'm
I
saying.
was clutching my pearls positively,
Yeah.
though. Like, I
Even
said,
though I
"Oh
was listening to
my."
that terrible
Oh.
narrator, I was still like, oh my.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I liked that one a lot. But yeah, hi my. Number 2, second hottest book, role model, book 5. And okay, I'm sorry because I'm low key toxic, but Troy Barrett is my boyfriend. I just love a reformed bad boy, and someone should probably pay for me to go back to therapy, honestly, but
This is so funny, especially like you
because
love
you don't really
Zuko,
know them.
like
What?
also in Zuko in Avatar. I just remember like you being like
I
when I was
do
a
love
kid.
Zuko and
Yeah,
Avatar. That's
toxic. You love it.
he's on my hear me out cake.
Yeah, that's valid.
Um, okay, role model, yeah. Troy Barrett's my boyfriend, sorry. Um, and then I like Harris too. He's a sweetheart. And then you get a bunch of Ilya in this book because they Troy Barrett gets traded to Ottawa and
Wait,
Ilya's the captain.
is Harris a hockey
Harris
player or
is
what's his deal?
he's the social media manager for the Ottawa team.
Ooh, hot.
So he
Okay.
works for the team, but he's not a hockey player.
I want that
And he
job.
has like a heart condition, so he can't do like a lot of like hard physical exercise, I guess.
Mm.
And he's described as being a little chubby, which love that.
Yes. Okay. Oh,
But yeah,
I'm
so
excited for that one.
yeah, it was really good. It was I was really hard to pick 1 and 2 because I loved Role Model.
Okay.
But yeah, like I said, you get a lot of Ilya in this book too because Troy and Ilya are kind of like becoming friends, and he's the captain. But and then
Yes.
it feels like it makes the long game even better because then you're getting a lot of the events of role models, but like through Ilya's perspective.
Okay, cool. I'm loving that.
Um,
I'm in. I'm excited for this part.
and the sex scenes in that one are good as well.
Yes.
And then the hottest book I chose, The Long Game, which is book 6. And like I said, it was hard to choose between these two, but I chose The Long Game because Role Model just set everything up for The Long Game.
Mm.
And then there were some really good sex scenes in The Long Game. The Longing.
The longing.
And also, I think you got to skip over the all the other ones. They have to build up to the guys like falling in love and everything. But the
Hmm.
long games, like Shane and Ilya are already together.
Yeah, they've been together.
It's like
So,
not beginner gay.
yes, love that. Okay. Is that the one where like I've been spoiled on what happens in some of those because people are like, I can't believe this was the song they chose, or like this is how they would have done this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Don't want to spoil it. But so I've gotten spoiled and I'm like, that is kind of weird, but I don't care. I'm still in. Like 100%. I'm crazed for the gay hockey.
I love the gay hockey.
It's
Sometimes it's
so
like the
good.
only thing keeping me going.
I know. Dude, I have to just go on Tumblr and like look at GIFs of the show. I'm a freak. I just can't not. I love it so much.
I know. I just love them.
Me too.
I also, real quick, I did pick my top 3 sex scenes from all the books,
Yes. Oh my gosh.
but
Okay.
I was too lazy to go back through the books and actually like count them up or anything. So these are just the top 3 that stood out in my memory after finishing
Okay.
everything. And I feel like I've already given myself away as far as like what I'm into, but oh well.
Lock in.
Me loving sex just doesn't do it for me. I don't know.
Uh,
So the third hottest sex scene was from The Long Game, and well, spoiler alert if you haven't read these, why are you listening to this?
okay, so sure. Skip ahead if you.
Yeah, skip ahead. I don't know. Sorry. The Long Game, when Shane drives to Ottawa after Ilya's Halloween party to surprise him, and he's wearing a butt plug the whole drive, and Ilya is dressed up as a gladiator.
Oh my god.
Hot.
Oh my god. I am like I'm like
I
giddy on my
know.
couch in my house. Oh my god, okay.
I
Oh,
was
wow.
like
I can't
doing
wait.
something while I was listening to it, and I just had to sit down and be like, okay, tell me.
Yeah. So true. Like I need to breathe there. Hold on.
Second
That's
hottest sex
good.
scene from Heated Rivalry towards the end of the book when Ilya rims Shane for the first time. I don't know. That did stuff to me. And I couldn't believe they didn't put it in the show. I was kind of offended they didn't put it in the show. They put
Put Remy
everything.
in the show, you cowards.
Yeah. And, maybe it was just, like, having it through Shane's perspective where he was like, "Oh, I've never done this before. Ooh."
So true. Okay, side note, I keep thinking of that post I sent you where it's like Shane when he's a freak bitch who likes freak sex. And it's just that cute little smile. I just look at that. I just keep thinking like freak bitch who likes freak sex all the time. It's so funny to me.
So finally, the hottest sex scene from all of the Game Changer series that are currently out is in Role Model, for me at least, when Harris confesses that he's into rough sex and being dominated, and then Troy just goes crazy on him, and
Wow.
again, that did things to me. That was well, that's why I chose it as the hottest sex scene. I liked it a
Lock the
lot.
fuck in for role model.
Um, then I just special shout out. It wasn't in the top 3 for me, but the trophy room scene from Long Game. It's
Mm.
hot. The fans know. I guess I'll just give you a spoiler. There Shane is feeling bad about himself. So Ilya takes him to his room full like Shane's room full of trophies and just like fucks him and makes him like look in the mirror and look at all the
Oh my
trophies and say how good
god.
he is and whew,
I would
it's
be
pretty
hooting
good
and
too.
hollering. Okay, love that. I've only seen the show, so my personal favorite is the scene in Vegas, the hotel in Vegas, episode 2. Although it ended
Oh
with
yeah.
Shane being like, "We didn't even kiss." Tragic,
Didn't you read the
heartbreaking.
first 2 books?
Yeah, you're so right. But I guess I'm only thinking of show for some reason though. My brain's like separated them out because
Well,
I
the
can't.
show
There
only
was
covers the first 2, so
Yeah, but in Game Changers, the thing is, there were so many, and they were
mhm.
so similar,
Yeah.
generally similar. I loved though in when I'm just like hooting and hollering in my apartment, and it's okay. Sorry, I just I'm high. There's a part in Game Changer. Well, there's in Game Changer their verse like they switch, so I
Yes.
liked that aspect.
I like that a lot too.
But there wasn't one specific scene just because they all kind of they were hot, but they were like pretty similar.
I agree with that. Like, and there was just a lot of them.
Yeah. And then for Heated Rivalry, I've seen the show 4 times now. So I read the book once. So everything is just show in my brain.
The show and the book are super similar,
They
though. Like,
are.
the
That
Heated
too.
Rivalry book is literally divided up into 5 parts, and like each one of the episodes almost exactly follows one of the
Yeah,
parts, with episode 3 being, you know, the entire Game Changers book smashed into one episode.
exactly. Yeah.
So,
So it's
yeah.
like blends together like seamlessly in my brain.
Yeah. I mean, there were very few changes, I thought.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. Maybe that's part of why I ranked it so low, because I was just like, not being able to imagine it in my head is less hot, I guess. Even though
Oh yeah.
Connor's
Well,
story is everything. I don't know.
yeah. It's just, yeah, I don't know. We love it though.
We
Overall,
love it.
great. Thank you for gay hockey. We needed this more than ever.
Well, we're like 30 minutes in, so should we get
God,
started
and
with
that's
the
actually reined in heated rivalry talk, honestly.
I know.
I could have kept going.
Um we're going to move on. We're
Yeah.
going to
Oh,
call
yeah.
it. I thought it would be nice to do a little spoiler-free teaser so that if any of our listeners haven't read Blindsighted yet, they could just decide if they want to stop here and actually read the book before we give anything away.
Ugh. A small Georgia town is flipped upside down when a woman is found assaulted and murdered at a local diner. After a second victim is found, it's clear that this is the work of a sadistic serial killer. Time is running out after a detective goes missing, and it's up to the chief of police and county coroner to find her before it's too late.
Okay, yeah. And then just before we get into it, I figured we should do a content warning for the following subjects. So if any of these are going to trigger you, just go ahead and skip the rest of this episode. But sexual assault of women and a child, abortion, violence, gore, murder, and suicide.
Okay.
Um, Sorry to bring the room down. Let's get into the real recap though. So, why don't you get us started with the setting and the characters, Taylor?
Okay, thanks, Emily. Blindsided takes place in the fictional town of Hartsdale, Georgia, which is one of the 3 small towns that make up the also fictional Grant County, and where all of this series will take place. The key players are Sarah Linton, local Grant County pediatrician who also serves as the county coroner and the main character of this series. Jeffrey Tolliver is the chief of police for Grant County and Sarah's ex-husband. They divorced 2 years ago because Sarah caught Jeffrey cheating. Boo. You hate
Boo.
to see it. Lena Adams is the youngest and only woman detective in Grant County. She was hired by Jeffrey straight out of the police academy 8 years ago and worked her way up. Sybil Adams, a blind college professor and Lena's twin sister. Her assault and murder are the powder keg that starts off the series. And Jeb McGuire is the local pharmacist who moved to Grant County 11 years ago. Jeb and Sarah had dated off and on when he first moved here, but things had ended by the time she met Jeffrey. Now that Sarah is single again, Jeb has been trying to reignite something with her.
Okay, so as for the plot, this book wastes no time jumping right into it. Sarah is running late for a lunch with her sister and goes to use the bathroom where she finds a mutilated and bleeding Sybil Adams. Sarah tries to save her, but the damage is done and she dies. While investigating Sybil's murder, another woman, Julia Matthews, is found crucified and left on the hood of Sarah's car. At first, Sarah is able to save Julia, but later, as the emotional distress of what's happened to her sets in, Julia kills herself. After too many details in this current investigation start to line up with her past, Sarah is forced to reveal to Jeffrey that 12 years ago, while doing her residency at Grady Hospital, she had been attacked and raped by a janitor. The trauma of all that was what caused Sarah to leave Grady Hospital and move back to Grant County, where she eventually met and married Jeffrey. Jeffrey gives Lena some time off work to deal with the death of her sister, and because of that, no one realizes that she too has gone missing. Meanwhile, Sarah tries to push herself to move on from Jeffrey by starting a relationship with Jeb, who shockingly turns out to be the killer.
It's revealed that Jeb was at the hospital the day Sarah was attacked. He had been abusing his little sister Sally, who was Sarah's patient and had been admitted to Grady after a gruesome at-home abortion. Sally ultimately dies from her wounds, and Jeb blames Sarah, who coincidentally was attacked that same day. Jeb's twisted mind has devised a game where he kidnaps women and leaves them near death for Sarah to find and save, believing that this is vengeance for his sister, who he claims to have loved. The climax of the book comes when Sarah realizes Jeb's connection to all this and tries to escape on her boat. Jeb follows and they both end up in the lake despite the fact that Jeb can't swim. Sarah ultimately tries to save Jeb, even at the expense of her own life. Jeffrey rushes in at the last second and saves Sarah, and then they both go find Lena, who has been deeply traumatized but will physically be okay. We end the book with Sarah deciding to give her relationship with Jeffrey one more chance.
Okay, so as far as the characters, who do you love and who do you hate?
Um, When I first read the Grant County series, I used to love Jeffrey. He was I would call him my problematic fave to myself because I
Mm-hmm.
only, before you read these books. But after getting to know Will Trent in that series, I don't love Jeffrey. um,
Uh-huh.
what do you, oh, and I do love Sarah. I think she's kind of a square, but I do ultimately love her. And I love her greyhounds. Aren't they named Bill and Bob?
Yes.
And then I like her sister and her family dynamic, but her sister sounds fun. Those are my thoughts for the main one. What are your thoughts?
I I like Sarah a lot too. I think she's a good character because she's likable and like a good person, but she still makes mistakes and isn't perfect. And I don't know. I just really like Sarah. And then
Mhm.
same, I liked Jeffrey at first, but after reading the Will Trent books, I'm like, fuck off, Jeffrey.
Yeah, he sucks actually. We don't love Jeffrey. I think I and this comes up a lot when I talk about Karin Slaughter, I guess, but I think she writes really good like morally gray or like at least normally flawed people. Like
Hmm.
everyone has things like their things good and bad, I don't know. And Sarah definitely has that. Like sometimes she can yeah. I just like that about Karin Slaughter.
I totally agree. Sometimes Sarah is really stubborn and sometimes she's
Yeah.
like petty about things, kind of.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, grow up or get over it. But that's like what's
I
cool about a character. is like
Yeah, I don't want a
complexity.
character who's just like, some fake goody two shoes who
Mhm.
always knows everything and gets everything right. That's not interesting.
Right. Exactly. And that is funny because that's what they tease her about, but she does have her issues too. It's funny.
Mhm.
I feel like yeah. Um so what how do you feel about Jeffrey and Sarah's dynamic?
Okay, so like we were saying, when I was reading this the first time and I didn't know how it was all going to go down, I was team Jeffrey. And I went back and forth a lot cuz Jeffrey is kind of a dipshit sometimes, but
Yeah.
ultimately like I wanted them to figure it out and be happy, but now it's kind of just hard to watch cuz I'm like, ugh, I know Sarah has to go through all of this to like become the person who she is for Will and all that, but
Yeah.
I'm just like, ugh, but
It sucks.
he sucks. Get
He's
out
like
of
actually
here.
toxic. I think in a later
Yeah.
Will Trent book, it's like there's a random Will Trent book where you get Jeffrey's point of view. And in that one, I think Jeffrey mentioned like he's gonna go cheat on Sarah after they finally get back together. Like he mentioned something about like I think I still have so and so woman's number or some shit like that. And I'm like, "Oh my god. So you're retroactively writing him as a piece of shit."
I kind of don't remember that. I'm excited to like
Okay.
get to it though.
I'll have to research that. I could be making it up. I am
They all
high.
kind of blend together too. There's just so many
Exactly.
of them.
It feels like kind of watching at this point, I'm so familiar with these characters, it's almost like watching SVU in my head.
Yeah.
Like, not that s deep as SVU, but yeah, I'm just like, I'm
Mhm.
familiar with these people.
Okay, so Lena is one of the most polarizing characters throughout these books. How do you feel about her during Blindsighted versus as the books go on?
I think Lena is like I do think she's a really good character because like, she's frustrating from the get-go, but then
Mhm.
everything that happens to her in the first book, I'm like, "Yeah, how could anybody be, like, a normal, functional, emotionally available human after that?" And so the shit she does, like, it's so fucking frustrating to read about because 'cause I'm like, "What are you doing at all times?" But it, like, makes sense for someone who's, like, deeply traumatized and not gonna get help. So
It's almost the opposite of Sarah, where I'm like, I like her because she has little character flaws. But with Lena, I'm like, I hate her so much because she's so frustrating and
mhm.
annoying. But then I come around to liking her because she has these little moments of like, you, you just see, I don't know,
She, like, wants to try, and then it's like or,
these
like
glimmers of hope. And
yeah,
just she
exactly.
has such a rough go of it.
Mhm. And there are times where it's like she tries, but then she just gets, like, fucked over. So I think she's also definitely, these are read as, like, depictions of, class and race too, for sure. Because like, Sarah's white and well off, like, her family's been well off.
Hmm.
And Lena is Hispanic, right? Like, they mentioned that.
Yeah, her mom was Hispanic and her dad was white, and she
Yeah.
talks about how she looks visibly Hispanic, I think.
Yeah, that and then being raised by, like, an alcoholic uncle. Like, I mean,
Mhm.
girl was compared to Sarah, like,
Yeah, for sure.
wildly different lives, and so obviously wildly different reactions to the traumas they're going through, and I like that. I
Yeah,
think that's interesting.
I do too, and I think that, Lena is just hard to sympathize with at first, but then as time goes on, I she just grows on you more and more.
Mhm. But ultimately, yeah, she's so morally gray, like, even her mentions in the Will Trent book, she's being shady and, like
Will Trent doesn't like her,
yeah, straight up.
and Sarah
And
also doesn't like her.
yeah, Sarah's never really liked her, though.
No.
Like, they've always
Well,
low-key had beef.
to be fair, I think Lena didn't like Sarah before Sarah didn't like Lena. The
Exactly, and
vibe I
it's been
got was that
beef.
Lena has always hated Sarah, and Sarah's response to that was like, "Well, fuck you too then." And then I think she blames Lena a little bit for what happens to Jeffrey ultimately.
Yeah, I think she does, and I think that's something that shows a little flawed because I don't know, it's not Lena's like, she didn't ultimately have anything to do with that. Like,
Well,
she messy and made this
she she kind of like pushed a domino that pushed over 19 more
Oh,
dominoes that then got Jeffrey killed in the end. Sorry, spoiler
okay.
alert.
God, yeah, it's been a long time. I can't wait to reread these.
I know, me too,
'Cause
especially the Will Trent ones.
yes. Okay, because there's so much I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I just forget these things." She's a shit, but I see why she is. And sometimes she's funny, so.
Okay, so let's
Uh,
move into just the plot of it all.
okay, so what did you think of this plot overall? Setting up this world and, like, getting to know these characters you're gonna get really familiar with?
Mm. I forgot how graphic Karin Slaughter can be. Like, I think she gets less graphic in her later books.
I think
I
so
think
too.
because some of the scenes in this one, I was like, oh God. Like I kind of had
Yeah.
like a green moment at least once, but
Mhm.
um s- I mean, I still enjoyed it. I thought it was a good opening for the whole series. It could have just been a one-off easily, but
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad she said, "Let me write 20 more books."
Same. She's just like I fucking love her. Like, she's always cranking these books out, and they always slap. I don't think I've ever read one that I didn't like. Like, I've at most liked them, and then at most, like or at least liked them. At most, loved them.
I
God, I'm
agree with
high.
that. I think they're all at least decent. I just think
Yeah.
she's a good writer in general. Like, I think
Mhm. Agreed.
she is very good at making characters that are so realistic, and I she can write anything.
She really can. I
Uh,
love it.
I guess I
Um
will read anything she writes is what I should have said.
It is so
Um,
graphic though, you're right. I
yeah,
re-listened to this book within the last Time is an Illusion, but I think I re-listened to this book within the last year, which is why I was like, we want to talk about it, but we can't give it our all because it's pretty brutal.
I did
um,
re-listen to it for this, but
oh yeah, you
yeah.
did.
But I
Yeah,
hadn't
it's brutal.
in a long time. So yeah.
Exactly. So I was like, oh, I'll wait on this one. But yeah, it really is.
I think the next couple are pretty bad too, if memory serves correctly. So the first time you read this book, who did you suspect the killer was?
I know I didn't suspect Jeb. I can't remember who I thought it was. Um, but I was shook by him being him.
It was hard. Like, I remember the first time reading this, there are no suspects other than the guy
Oh,
who raped and assaulted Sarah the first time, but he's like old and lives far away and like it's been 12 years. And it,
yeah.
other than like they really don't present you any suspects, which is kind of odd for a thriller like this, but
Yeah, and sometimes I don't like that. I think you have to be really good at it, and Karen Slaughter is. Because sometimes
yeah.
I'm like, I don't love her. But she sets that up. There are a few books throughout both of these series where it's like that, where it feels like you go most of the book not knowing until you do. But again, she's good at that, so.
I think for me, in order for a book to be good, like a thriller at least, the information to guess who it is in the end needs to be there. Like, you can't
Mhm.
just, at the end whip something out that makes no sense. Like, you
Yeah.
have to set it up and have clues. And I think that she just barely does that with this. Because
Yeah.
knowing who the killer was as I re listened to it this time, I did pick up little things like, oh, yeah, Jeb is being super suspicious there. Or
Mhm.
like, why is he in this location now?
So
But
true.
I never would have guessed it the first time around.
Yeah, I think that's what I love about it. Is she's really good at because she builds these worlds so well. I just think
Hmm.
she's good
I
at
think
world
there's a
building
moment
and
where Sarah is at Jeb's house and like there's a pipe dripping.
Mhm.
But I think that's like the first time, at least me, and I would assume most people made the connection or any sort of connection to him.
Yeah.
Um, because Julia had told Lena while she was in the hospital that she heard the pipe dripping.
Yeah. And that's when it's like, "Oh, we're locked in. Like this let's fucking go." It was crazy
Uh,
from that. I feel
but
like that's
that's
when
like
the point got
pretty
crazy.
late into the book.
Yeah.
So,
'Cause that's like just when the lake scene starts, right? Like that's how
mhm.
the lake scene ends up. Yeah.
I I'm not sure. I don't remember, but yeah, sure.
So we did touch on it a little, Karin Slaughter is known for her graphic violence and gore. So how do you feel about some of the graphic scenes in this book? I love whatever's wrong with her. She's crazy.
Yeah,
She
for sure. Like I said, there were a few moments where I kinda had to take a breather, like, "Whew." But
Yeah,
and she really likes to go into detail with, like, autopsy stuff,
she
which
does.
makes me a tiny bit squeamish.
I know,
But
and
as
she's so
someone
good at
who
it.
low-key passed out during the sex talks in 4th grade,
Oh my
I don't
god.
love certain s uh, overly
Descriptions?
detailed
Yeah.
descriptions of things.
Yeah, there's one in the next book. Or no, is that
I think it's book 3 is the
book
one I'm
3?
thinking of. Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh, I literally my next note was, "I know in book 3 or 4 there's a scene that I'll have to skip over already."
Yeah.
Yep, yep.
Yeah. She's crazy.
Okay, so again, we already kinda touched on this, but what do you like about Karen Slaughter's writing style?
Yeah, I wrote, or like we talked about earlier, her characters are really realistic, people can be morally gray, like, even your favorite characters have flaws. I love Will Trent, but even he has some moments of like, "Okay, bro, get over it." Like, "Okay, sorry you were an orphan, it's fine, grow up."
Yeah, well, I think Will Trent is introduced with a major flaw of the way he won't say no to Angie.
Oh, yeah, like, she's yeah,
Yeah,
kind of
I
and
mean, he's
he
definitely introduced as, like,
flawed,
has
yeah.
flaws.
Yeah,
His
and I
flaws
like
that he
that.
loves too much, though.
I know, right? I care too much, I work too hard. Yeah, I don't know, I think she writes women as complex and complete characters too, which is great. You don't see that. Well, I mean,
Yeah, no,
you're
I
getting
wrote the
it more
same.
now, but yeah.
Yeah, definitely, but this was 25 years ago, so
Right. I forget that, that's so crazy.
I pretty much wrote the same thing. I said she writes characters so well. I generally feel like I understand people's motivations, which is sometimes hard for thrillers because sometimes you're like, why is this person even doing this? Like, you don't need to be a murderer. You're crazy.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
but yeah, it's wild that this was her first book and just how far she's come, how many books she's put out.
I know, and that's another thing that's crazy, you mentioned it was 25 years old, and I forgot, like, my mom is pretty sure she read the first couple of these because she also used to be into, like, what are they called? Like, trade paperback, just those small little books with the tiny print. She used to check those out from the library all the time, and that's what these were.
Oh,
Um, and
that's
so I
yeah.
think she's read a couple of these. And I'm like, "So have I." Because 'Cause they're old as hell, but they still I
does
think they hold up too,
does
despite
she want to
that.
be a guest on the
No.
pod?
Oh my god, never. Not invited. No moms allowed. Well, maybe some moms allowed, sorry. I'm just high and being
Not
silly.
ours. Well,
Not
mine's dead.
mine. Not the host's moms, it's just not possible.
We can Ouija board it.
Do you think the pacing of this book works, or does it move too quickly? I think that it's almost always perfect. That's another thing I like about her style. I just am always hooked. Like, when I start a book, I'm like, "Let's go."
I think I like the pace of this book a lot, and I almost kinda miss this because in her newer books, I feel like that's something that I wish she could go back to, like, did you read her newest book that just came out last year, We Are All Guilty Here? It's a new series she's starting.
I started it, but that's when I, like,
It was
couldn't
boring.
pay.
I
Oh,
saw
okay.
online it had a lot of criticism because the first half is really slow,
Okay, I thought
and
it was just me, but is it I tried
no, I've seen a lot of
twice.
people online complaining about how they didn't like it. I pushed through and I agree the first half was slow. I think it picks up towards the end and
Okay.
it is what kind of world building. She's trying to start a whole new series with it. So I guess I get she needs to do the character building and all that, but
But
um
it's just not as good as this one?
it just made me kind of miss this era where things were like boom boom boom.
Yeah. It's weird. It's almost like some of her newer, like the Will Trent ones, they almost feel like too fast paced, but also not. I mean, maybe not. too fast, but this one was just perfect. Like, it's enough
Mhm.
world building and things happening that it, like, matches perfectly. Like, I just always felt like yeah, it's exciting. They're thrilling. They really are thrilling. I'm
I
like,
feel
I don't
thrilled.
wanna stop listening. Like I said, the first time I started, like well, I read Grant County and I, like, burned through them, which was crazy, and then I listened to Will Trent and also was like I was going for walks, I was cleaning my house because I was like, "I have to listen to every single one."
Yeah, I'm right there with you. After I started Blindsighted, I think I finished all of the Will Trent but like, Grant County and Will Trent in, like, 6-ish months.
Yeah, they're addicting.
They're addicting.
They're so good.
Okay, so thoughts on the way Sarah revealed her past to Jeffrey. She slips over to his house in the middle of the night unexpectedly, sleeps with him, and then leaves the trial transcript for him to find the next morning.
Hmm.
Personally, I loved this scene. I think it was just one of the things that made Sarah feel so human to me. Like, you spend all day telling your friends, like, I'm not gonna do it, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
do it. And then you're at home and you have that moment of weakness, and she's just like, fuck it. And she just goes over there and well, for me, it's more like a risky I'm not showing up at anybody's house. I'll send a risky text though.
Yeah.
Um, with whatever works, you know?
Mhm.
And I don't know. I enjoyed that a lot. And then
Mhm.
it felt true to character, like, she's never told anyone about this really. She's talked about it with her family, but she's never
Yeah.
told an outsider about it, and so, of course, that would be so hard, so she did it in the way she knew how, which was just to leave the transcripts.
Right. Just like, there you go. And it's like an open-ended way too. Like, it still, like, protects herself a little bit too, like, here's what happened, like, respond or don't, but it's like a very clinical way of being, like, separated from it, but, like, being honest. I don't know. It is interesting.
Mhm.
I just love the way Karin Slaughter writes. It's nice.
It felt true to
Good job.
character for
Yeah.
her.
In the end, how do you feel about how things played out?
I kinda went back and forth. If it was a little too convenient that Jeb was just there that day, that Sarah was attacked at Grady, but
Mhm.
I just kinda decided to suspend my disbelief on some things
So true.
that Jeb did, because I ultimately really love this book.
I know. And I'm like, I don't it's one of those things too, like, I compare it to Law& and Order, like, it's also not how life works. Like, I am ultimately reading this to be entertained, so I have to let it be a little soap opera-y at times in order to let it be good. It's fine.
Mhm. Sarah tries to save Jeb, even though he's a sociopathic murderer. Does this make her a likable hero or just kinda delulu?
I think both. What do you think?
I was, like, screaming, "Just let him drown, who cares?" When she
Right?
was, like, clearly not gonna make it, but I of course, we need Jeffrey to come in and save the day so that
Ugh,
we can justify Sarah
letting
giving him another chance.
yeah, exactly.
So, to answer my own question, a little delulu, but that's okay.
I agree, that's a perfect answer. A little delulu, but that's fine.
That's why we like her.
Exactly.
She's not perfect.
She's not perfect. But things change later. So let's talk about the three victims, Sybil, Julia, and Lena. They were chosen for being similar, but they each had a very different fate. What do you think Slaughter was trying to convey here?
I thought it was really interesting comparing these 3 women because I interpreted this as, like, Sybil and Julia were there to kinda be a reflection of Lena. Obviously, Sybil is, like, kind of a literal reflection since they're twins, but,
Mhm.
it's just she highlights, like, all the things that Lena wasn't. Like, she's kind and vulnerable and kinda has her life together, has a steady, or stable relationship,
Yeah.
and then, um she and then, of course, her fate is just a gruesome murder, and she dies right away.
Yeah.
Um, and then Julia is described as looking like Lena, and I guess we don't get a lot about her life outside of this, but
Mhm.
her and Lena then kind of go through the same torture, like they're both nailed to the floor and
Yeah.
drugged and all that. And Julia makes that alive this time, but then the like emotional turmoil of it all is what ultimately kills her.
Mhm.
Um so I felt like it kind of highlights how Lena being like her flaws almost of being like cold and mean and strong, I guess. It's
Mhm.
not really a flaw, but just less stereotypical for a woman, I guess. Like she's
Yeah.
not kind or empathetic or emotional. But that's what saves her in the end.
Yeah.
Um, whereas the other two who did kind of fall into those categories didn't make it. And I just thought it was like an interesting dynamic or like
Mhm.
juxtaposition that Karin Slaughter was trying to do.
Agreed. And I think that's partially why Lena, I say she's frustrating, is because like, being like you've been saying, being cold and distant is what has protected her, so, like, then anytime things go wrong in the future, even slightly, she's just like, blow everything up, like, self-sabotage because,
Yeah.
like, that's
Yeah.
what protects me. So, yeah.
Yeah. I totally agree with that. And just the things that Lena goes through over
They're
and over are
nuts.
just
I
like
know.
I just think that Karen Slaughter wants us to know like it something about Lena wants to survive this. Like she fights
Mhm.
for her life because other people who go through these same things don't live.
And I feel like Angie in the Will Trent series is like that too. Like, I hate her, but I'm like, damn, I mean,
She's a
look at
fighter.
what look what she's been through. Like, you love to hate him.
This has nothing to do with anything except Angie, but it bothers me that we never got closure with what happens with Angie.
Yeah, doesn't she just like go away?
She just goes away. Like after Will and Sarah are like officially together, I think at one point Will just says, "And I never heard from Angie again," or something like
Yeah,
that.
and it's like,
And then
really?
she's just never brought up
She
again.
finally gave up?
I know. I just want to know what happens to her.
Mhm.
Well, that had nothing to do with this book. In the end, Jeffrey and Sarah are going to try again. Good idea or no?
I mean,
Depends how well you know Will Trent.
exactly. That's why I was like, hmm. I think, and if I'm right about my suspicion that he was like, it's retroactively implied he was cheating on Sarah even after they get back together. I gotta fact check that though. I would hate to spread misinformation in this era. But
Fake
if I'm
news.
right, big if true.
Yeah, it's just hard because Sarah has to go through everything with Jeffrey, like
Exactly.
to become who she is. But the first time around, I was happy. I wanted them to be together.
Yes, the first time around I was like, okay, yay, give him a chance. Wrong.
Turns out he was a man after all.
Exactly. You hate to see it. Um, Jeb ultimately blames his crimes on Sarah, saying it was her fault she couldn't save any of them. Do you follow the reasoning here? Make it make sense.
Okay, so the logical part of my brain is like, how could this motherfucker blame any of this on Sarah? Like, it,
Yeah.
it was all him. Uh, which is part of what I was saying about like I just had to suspend some of my disbelief around Jeb. But
Exactly.
I then thought about it a little more, trying to put myself into his shoes. And I will say, men do be doing the most to blame women for things that are their own fault. So, in that light, I can kind of see it because he doesn't want to think that he doesn't think of himself as like abusing his sister. He says, "I loved her." No, you fucking
Yeah.
didn't. You don't rape a
No.
13-year-old. But
Uh-uh.
in his mind, like he's doing these mental gymnastics to make himself the hero of his own story.
True.
So even though to anyone else, clearly this is 100% his fault, he needs someone to blame.
True. And she was there. Inconvenient.
Yeah. And he was fascinated by her attack and he wants revenge for her not saving his sister. Uh, so
Yeah, I
to
feel like
anyone
it's
else, I don't think it makes sense, but I think I can see the line of thinking.
yeah, it reminds me of, like, an episode of Criminal Minds where they're, like, profiling someone, like, he blames this crime on women because he was committing this other crime against a woman that he thought was love. It's a thing.
In the end, Jeb drowns in the lake. Do you prefer if the villain dies, or would you rather see them arrested?
I mean, in the context of the novels, yeah. In real life, no.
Yeah. Oh,
But
yeah.
in the
I
context of
meant
the
in the
novels where
fictional novels we
oh,
read,
yeah, I'm like,
in
"We
our
know you did it.
stories.
Get out of here. Just get gone in that lake." What do you think,
Yeah.
though? Maybe I'm wrong.
No, I was fine with him dying. Bye, ugly.
Yeah, true, especially not for Sarah's sake, like, she should not have gone down with him. Like, I'm glad she lived, but I think I would've been like, "Well, you can't swim, so that's your fault."
You literally jumped into the lake to attack me, so
Yeah,
I gotta
and
go.
that's not my problem, so see ya. Was there anything you disagreed with? Anything that didn't make sense to you or anything that you would change?
Well, I just said that Jeb was a stupid bitch, but we've already discussed that. So,
Yeah, he sucks. His name doesn't
um,
seem real either. We've said it so much.
I know. I keep
It's not a
saying
real.
Jed, which also is a slightly made up name.
Yeah.
Um, I was kind of confused about when Jeb was in the water and he realized Sarah was going to leave him there. He says, like, oh, Lena's hidden. You'll never find her if you don't save me. But then Sarah and Jeffrey find her, like, right away. So was he just saying that? Or I was kind of confused about that.
Oh, yeah. Was he just saying that? You're right.
I mean, maybe he was just, like, throwing anything. He was like, I don't want to die.
I feel like I remember there was something about Sarah noticed about, like, his house, maybe.
Well,
Like,
yeah, she was there when he told her about the leaky pipe,
yeah.
the drip, drip, drip.
So then he must not have known that she, like, put that together then, is my only thought.
Yeah, I guess
So
so. And I
but
do
even
think it was
still.
kinda it made it seem like they were in the basement, and then it turned out to be they were in the attic.
Yeah, that
But
too. That was threw me off.
again, I'm just like, well, of course they went like, the police go to the house and search.
Yeah.
That's the first thing they would do.
They're gonna find her
They're
if
gonna
she's
find
in the
her.
house. Yeah.
Yeah,
You ding dong.
yeah. But I was just kinda confused what he was trying to do there, but
True.
I think we could just chalk that up to he just didn't wanna die.
Yeah, anything to so true. It was like a Hail Mary type, like, don't let me die.
Do you think that Karin Slaughter made Jeffrey redeemable enough to excuse the cheating?
No. I guess I did the first time I read it. I was still a little sus though, because I was like, but now that I know what I know, no.
I said, I don't know. I'm not obviously someone who thinks that like all relationships need to be monogamous, clearly. But I think like lying and deception are issues.
Oh yeah.
And Jeffrey kind of talks about how he only did it because his and Sarah's relationship wasn't working and he knew something needed to change, but he didn't expect her to just walk away. And I can almost kind of understand what he means, but like that was a bad choice. That you needed to do something, but that sure wasn't it. Um
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, bad call, dude.
Bad call.
But I think the first time around, I was just hopeful that he could learn to like communicate better and they could figure it out. But yeah, this time I'm like, ugh, fine. Come on, get it over with.
Right. Get it over with. I like to compare though as I reread. And be like, oh yeah, that's why he actually sucks.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's always fun for me to go back knowing how it
What
ends
I
and like
know.
look for the clues leading up to it.
Exactly.
Okay, so was there anything you noticed that might pop up in later books, like any Easter eggs or foreshadowing?
Well, I kind of like in related to talking about Sarah, the part or when she saves Jeb from drowning. There's a part in a Will Trent book way later where someone's about to die and she not only tries to, like, she doesn't try to stop it, she actively encourages it, and that was wild, especially compared to, like,
Do you
this
remember which book
Sarah.
that is? I think I remember, but
It's one of the newer Will Trents, if not
it's,
maybe,
is
like,
it
10 or
We're
11?
All Guilty Here, maybe? Or
No,
The Last
um,
Widow?
I think it might be The Last Widow. It's one of the
Which
newer Will Trents. Maybe, like, book
okay,
10 or 11.
is it the one with the, like, the terrorist group, or is it the one
No,
with,
it's, like, the
her cousin?
basketball. There's, like, basketball play it starts with a basketball player and, like, his the kept woman, maybe.
The Kept
No,
Woman.
it's the college students, actually. Was that what you were saying?
I was asking if it was the one with her cousin, where he turns out to
Oh,
be the, like, abuser, and, like, everyone she went
um,
to college with was in on it.
that might be it, yeah.
I
I
don't
think that's
remember.
it.
They all blend together, like we said.
I
Sorry
know,
for all the
I
spoilers.
think
Read the
that's it.
books before you listen to this.
Sorry. Yeah.
That's
Oh my
fine.
god.
I had one other note. The book starts off with Sarah getting some unfortunate lab results for one of her pediatric patients, Jimmy Powell. Like, that's literally the first scene of the book. Um, does this character come back? I feel like that name is super familiar.
Um, okay, I think so. I think she ultimately ends up leaving Grant County because his family sues her. They say that she didn't, like, for inadequate care or something.
Oh,
And I think
yeah.
so
Okay.
his family, like, he passes away, they sue her. She, like, completely she has to, like, sell the practice and stuff, and that's why she moves to Atlanta. So I think that's the same patient.
Yeah, yeah, that sounds familiar. Because I was going to say that name comes up again, but I just couldn't
Yeah.
remember how.
Which is I just also feel like another realistic thing, like, she loves children and she, like, loved that child, and losing any children in her care is devastating, so it's also, like, terrible, like, a real life thing would happen to her that a family's suing her, but that happens later, so
We'll get to it.
yeah.
Uh, I also just wrote all the foreshadowing of all the shit Lena goes through.
Oh my god. Yeah, dude. Oh, Team Jeffrey or Team Will?
Well, obviously Team Will.
Yeah,
I don't even
Team
know
Will.
why I needed to ask this, but he's just such a
Well,
sweet baby angel man, and I like Jeffrey in his own way, but Will is he's so much better for Sarah and for me.
so true, and consider the reader in this equation, and it's Team Will, for sure. Yeah.
I mean, I assume you feel the same.
Yeah, Team Will for sure. He has a
Team
freaking
Will.
chihuahua, okay? And her
Oh, I
name's
love
Betty.
Betty.
Like, I'm already, and he's tall. I'm in.
And he's just so kind and
Sensitive.
considerate. Yes!
I love it.
You
He's
don't
so
meet men
sweet.
like that often.
Yeah, it's because he ain't real.
He's
Sad.
written by a woman.
So
Unfortunately,
true.
all of these men we're obsessed over, the gay hockey players, Will
Yeah.
Trent, were all written by women.
Yeah, because we get it.
Okay, so I have some rapid fire silly questions here. At one point, Sarah says that she knew Jeffrey was the one because he stopped his car in the rain to move a dead cat off the road. Is this peak Southern chivalry or nasty as fuck?
I said both. And also, he cheated on you, so your bar's so low, girl.
I was like, how is this your moment of knowing he's the one? Like,
She's
I,
fucked up for
I
that.
like cats, but
Me
it's
too.
it's dead. You can just call animal control if it's that big of a problem. You could come back with a shovel later. I don't need you to get out of the car and touch a dead animal and then get back in the car and I have to drive now because you're contaminated.
Yeah, that stresses me out a lot.
I know, I hated that.
I don't think that would make me say they're the one.
Not at all.
But okay, girl. Uh, disclaimer that neither of us have watched the Will Trent TV show, but who is your dream casting if they were to turn Grant County into a movie series?
Okay, I put a lot of thought into this.
Okay, I'm ready.
So he's probably too old now, but get ready to Google who these people are because you might not
Okay.
know. When I was originally reading this and now listening to it again, I always picture the actor Will Chase as Jeffrey, specifically when he was in the show Nashville. I don't know
Oh,
why, but like that's just who I picture Jeffrey is.
okay. I can see this.
And then for Sarah, I always picture her as Sarah Wayne Callies, I think is her last name, aka the doctor from Prison Break, and then I think she was Rick's wife on The Walking Dead. I don't remember her name.
Oh, that's who you picture as. Oh.
As Sarah. Even though, okay, I know Sarah's a redhead. But I don't know. That's just who I picture her as.
Oh, well, she kind of has like auburnish hair almost.
Yeah,
I could see
it
that.
depends on the role too, maybe. I usually see her with dark hair, but I
Yeah.
don't know. That's just who I always picture Sarah. And then Lena, I don't have as clear of a picture in my head of her. Like I don't assign a face to her necessarily, but the first person I thought about when I was answering this question
Yeah.
is Rosario Dawson, but with like long blonde hair. And I don't think Lena is described as having blonde hair, but that's just what
No.
I'm picturing.
Oh, interesting. I don't know. I'm trying to think of. I've thought of this question before, and I can't remember who I thought of for Lena. Obvious. I feel like this is such a boring, obvious answer, but it's just what my brain defaulted to automatically, and I can't change what
Yeah.
happens after that point. But
Uh-huh.
Jessica Chastain. But I know that that's like, okay, well, yeah, of course you'd pick her. But I do low key love her.
Okay, I have to Google who that is. For Sarah?
Yeah.
I don't think I have seen her in anything before. Well, I guess I've seen The Help. Huh.
She's blonde in The Help, which is funny.
I
I
mean,
picture her as Sarah.
I could see her as Sarah for sure. She
Yeah.
looks like how they describe her, like a
Hmm.
stacked redhead.
Yeah. She's so pretty. And
Yeah, she
then,
is.
I don't think this fits Jeffrey though. Jake Gyllenhaal, because again, my brain was just like, kind of rugged blonde guy who in a uniform. Jake Gyllenhaal.
I'm not mad about that. I'll take
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that does sometimes sway my opinion on Jeffrey because I do love Jake Gyllenhaal. I have been a stan since I was in 6th grade, and we watched what's something about like October Sky. Maybe they were shooting off rockets in that film. I don't know. Loved him since then.
Okay, I'm here
So
for it.
he's Jeffrey, even though I hate Jeffrey. But I'm trying to. I cannot remember who I thought of for Lena. I will say, for Will Trent, I like the casting of Faith for the Will Trent TV show. I've never watched it, but I think it's cool they made her a black woman. I just, for the record, don't watch a lot of TV, so I don't want to watch Will Trent. I don't
I
know if
tried to
have
watch the
you,
first episode and I just couldn't get into it. And I
it's
don't
just not the
like the actor
vibe.
they chose for Will. He doesn't
Yeah.
look or act anything like I imagine Will to, and it throws me off too much.
I know, and that's the thing is, that's fine. It's just not what I was picturing. My mom loves the Will Trent TV show, though.
I
So,
should give it
again,
another chance someday, but I don't know. I tried and I just couldn't get into it.
I know it's hard for me to get into any TV
And
show,
when
so
I
don't
was
take.
looking into it too, um, Sarah like hadn't been cast or like mentioned at all when I
Yeah,
was
I
like
don't
Googling
know.
about it. So I don't know
It
if that's
doesn't seem like
changed or
she'll be
not,
in it.
but I'm like, are you gonna, well, she has to.
I know, but I asked my mom if there's a Sarah Linton, and she said no so far.
What the
So
fuck?
I know. I don't know. It's fine if people love Will
Maybe when
Trent,
it's
and
all
I'm
done,
happy,
I can
but
go back.
yeah, I don't know. I don't love it. I just have such a world in my head I've come up with.
I agree. And it's too different from, I don't know. I just wasn't a fan, but that's fine if people like it. I'm glad that Karin Slaughter is getting that dough.
So true. Me too.
Okay.
Mm.
If you were swiping on Tinder in Hartsdale and came across Jeffrey's profile, while him and Sarah are broken up, of course, what would his bio say? See, now Tay's never been on a dating app, so she doesn't know.
Yeah,
So I'm
I
going to just
don't
go ahead and
know.
take this.
Yeah, you go ahead.
100% it would say the bio, not good at bios, ask me whatever. And then his pics, he would look uglier than he does in real life in every picture.
Uglier in the picture than in real life?
Yeah, that's the thing with guys. They're bad at taking
Oh,
pictures.
that's so true. He
I'm
would
a
probably have
seasoned
like
dating app user. I know these
you-
things.
I know, that's so funny. That seems right to me. Um, he might even be a little more boring than that. Like, I don't
Oh,
know. I
yeah,
mean, that's
like,
pretty boring,
sometimes they
but
have you list, like, your interests and stuff, and every interest he picked would be, like, something that you would never care about. The
yeah,
most boring shit you ever heard.
exactly. Yeah, that's so funny. I don't have
He would do
experience with
better in
that.
real life. A lot of guys are just they don't have any game on the apps because they don't know how to, like, take good pics and, like, write a good bio and be engaging over text.
Yeah, and yeah, the pics are making me laugh. Imagining him taking really ugly selfies.
He wouldn't be
Uh,
smiling in any of them.
no. I'm imagining his police sunglasses on sometimes
Oh,
too.
yes. At least 2 of them would be in a dirty mirror.
They oh no, not the dirty mirror. That's so true. At least one of them is in the car.
Mhm.
That's for sure.
Maybe at the Planet Fitness gym, like, because you can tell it's Planet Fitness because of everything's
It's
purple.
purple.
Yeah.
Okay, one time Rhea Ripley posted to her Instagram story from a Planet Fitness, and I said,
Go
"How?
off, queen.
Do you think that she
She
rented
doesn't
out
make
like
that
the
much
whole
money. She
thing?"
can't afford a good gym, and also,
I
the Planet Fitness is everywhere, so if you travel
I
a lot, it's
know,
probably worth it because you
but
can
don't you
just
think people
hit
would
any of
bother
them.
her?
Probably, yeah.
Oh my god! If I
Maybe
walked into the gym and saw Rhea Ripley, if I walked into the Planet Fitness in my little Midwestern town, I would, and I saw Rhea Ripley, I would stop and turn around and go home. I would not be able to handle that. I couldn't work out.
maybe she doesn't get recognized that much because if she's not in, like, makeup and, like, a hot outfit,
True, but
she's
she's
probably just a
huge
normal
and
hot woman. Oh,
tatted.
that's true.
I low-key think she's been juicing recently because, like,
Oh,
her
no.
shoulders are, like, bulging. Like, she's got, like, veins sticking out. She's
She
so
could
hot,
still kill
though.
me.
I
Yes.
know. I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying. She's huge. She'd be so noticeable. I'm just fascinated. I'll have to do more research about that. I should be taking notes about what I say I'm going to do research on because I never will. I already forgot what I said I would do research on earlier. Okay. And this is another one that's geared towards you. I'm a square. I called Sarah a square. I'm a square. Which reality TV show would the three main characters go on? You know
Okay,
more
well,
than
you know I
me.
did my research. I'm a reality
Exactly.
TV fiend, y'all. My job is
Dude.
boring, and I just watch reality TV all day because there's a lot of times I just click a button and then I have to wait like several minutes for something to load. So reality TV is perfect because you can kind of tune in and out, and they're gonna repeat whatever you missed like 3 more times. Um, so
So
that being
true.
said, Jeffrey would go on Survivor, and he's delusional about like social strategy, so he's gonna get voted out right after the merge.
I
Um,
agree. Sounds good
Sarah,
so far.
she's gonna go on Jeopardy.
True.
That's like the classy game show.
What about Wheel of Fortune? Did you consider that
Um,
or
I did consider that, but no, it's a little too hokey. Jeopardy's more like higher class, like upper
This
brow.
is so funny. You're right.
I would go on Wheel of Fortune, but not
Wheel
Sarah.
of Fortune's too much of a show. It's too much a thing.
It's too it's like gimmicky and shit. Jeopardy's
Sarah's not
serious.
in. Oh, that's so
Jeopardy's
funny.
for serious smart people.
Yeah.
So that's what Sarah's going. And then Lena is gonna go on Fear Factor. The
Oh,
new one.
wow. I was going to say American Ninja Warrior for no reason. I don't know
Oh,
if
actually,
that's...
I considered that one for her. I don't watch American Ninja Warrior.
Oh,
So
okay.
I've just seen like random clips, but that's why I didn't say it. I haven't watched the new Fear Factor either, but I think one of the Jackass guys is the host now.
Oh, I
Johnny
didn't know there was
Knoxville.
a new Fear Factor.
Yeah, it came back. I haven't
Oh
watched it, like I
my.
said, but I used to
No, I
watch
don't
it as a
like that.
kid.
It's gross. I don't like gross
Yeah.
things like that.
No, me either.
Like Dragula, I did love the drag part of Dragula, but
I
I
stopped
don't
watching
want to
because of the gross
watch.
stuff
Yeah, I don't want to watch someone like get hung up by a hook or eat a bug or.
or get covered in bugs.
Yeah, that's not for me. Or eat
Not
some
for
nasty
me.
meat, raw meat milkshake. Oh
Yuck.
no, I'd rather be dead. Thanks.
But Lena, she's doing it. And
For some
she'll
reason.
she'll beat herself up about it and then like do really well.
Ugh. Like, you fucking idiot, just eat this idiot fucking cockroach. Just eat it,
Yeah.
you stupid asshole. And it's like, it's a cockroach. You don't have to do that, actually.
Well, nice. Okay, so final verdict. We're going to use the 1 to 5-star rating where 1 equals don't bother finishing, 2 is bad, 3 is okay, 4 is good, and 5 is great. How would you rate Blindsighted?
I rated a 5. What do you think?
I'm stingy with my 5s. I gave it a 4 out of 5. I
Okay.
liked it. Very good. Just not quite great.
Okay. That's fair. A 4 and a 5.
Yeah. Okay, so next episode, we are going to do one more Grant County book before we jump back into another new release. Kiss Cut picks up back in Grant County, where Jeffrey is forced to shoot a 13-year-old girl to stop her from killing another teenager at the local skating rink. The autopsy of the girl leads Jeffrey and Sarah down a whole rabbit hole of child abuse in Grant County. Meanwhile, Lena's trying to put her life back together after her kidnapping and assault, and spoiler alert, it doesn't go well.
That's all for Blindsighted by Karin Slaughter. Next episode, we will be sparking up a discussion of Book 2 of the Grant County series, Kiss Cut.
Until then, may your blunts be rolled and your plots be twisted. And if you like this episode, find us on all the social medias at Bodies, Blunts, Books. I'm Em. This is Tay. We're Bodies, Blunts, and Books, and we'll see you next time.
Bye!